you might have seen this on social media if you follow some of our local sides. Certainly lots of interest in this vacancy. It's the Boston Town vacancy, and usually jobs don't come up of teams that have been doing very well or teams that are having a good season, but that's exactly what's happening at Boston Town. Gary Edgley is the man who is still in charge at the moment, and Gary, just to be clear, you're not being sacked, you're not getting booted out, this is your decision.
It certainly is, and yes, it's. I think it's gone on record now. I think I'm the only manager to have escaped Boston Town and the chairman Mick Vines without ever being sacked. So I'm quite pleased with that record.
Hopefully you don't go downhill over the last few results and you get thrashed every game, and then he might have to give you the sack.
Yeah, to be fair, he did warn me about that a few weeks ago when we kind of went public with it, and he just said that I said to him about it. He said, he said, don't worry, you've still got 6 games to go though. So, but no, it's all joking aside, it's a kind of big decision, not one that I've taken lightly. But effectively, it was a decision that I took back in December. That's when I spoke to the club then, and at the time, I think we was kind of joint second or third in the league, and I think it kind of raised a few eyebrows in terms of that kind of people really kind of questioning it and my decision at that time. But it is a decision, I say, that we didn't take lightly, and we wanted to give the club plenty of time to bring somebody else in, somebody that the right to be the right person, and we didn't just want to leave him kind of just like that. As I say, it's a really good club here, and we've obviously grown very well over the last few seasons, and we've established ourselves now as being one of the clubs kind of to be talked about in that league. And I wanted the clubs to bring the right person in, really.
Yeah, why have you decided to stand down?
A lot of personal reasons, basically, more than anything. I know it's a bit of an old cliche, you do hear it quite a few times as people saying personal reasons, but effectively, I mean, we had a huge loss, obviously, earlier on in the year. My father, last year now, my father passing away, and he was a massive part in my life and in my football life. He used to come and watch when I played football, and also sort of thing as I've managed. He was there to all the games, and kind of quite a few old ex-footballers from old clubs that I used to manage even came to the funeral because he was that big a part of it, and it's just not been the same since he's gone. I would talk, as I say, he'd come to all the games. I'll talk to him afterwards, and that was our kind of thing, if you like, the father and son type thing, and it's just not the same. I just don't feel the same kind of buzz, I suppose, if you like, and like I said at the time, I had a little bit of a breakaway. In November, we went away, and it hadn't been long after my father passed away then, and we had a bit of a break with the wife and my 2 little boys, and went to see some friends, and in all honesty, while I was away, I just didn't miss it, and I knew then that maybe the time had come to step away, not just from Boston, but from football, just sort of thing in general, and take kind of stock of everything, and have some more time with those with my wife, and as I say, and my 2 sons, and just get a complete break from it, and kind of recharge my batteries, and maybe, I don't know, and in the future maybe look at something again then. But I just felt that, as I say, it was the right time to go, and if I can't, I'm a person that gives everything, absolutely everything, to whatever I do, and I wasn't feeling that I was now sort of thing doing that, and that's not fair to the club, and it's not fair to the chairman there, who have been great, and I've become good friends, as well as kind of on a working relationship with him as well, and so I wanted to be right with the club. I could have stayed on next year. The chairman did ask in December if I'd kind of reconsider in a month or two's time, and as I said, I'd meet him again and we'd have another chat, but my feelings were exactly the same, and no matter what kind of offers was put on the table, wasn't going to change the way that I felt, and so that was the main decision behind everything.
And it's quite a brave decision to make, isn't it, really, Gary? Because no matter what level you're involved in with regards to football, or what job you do, whether it's a manager, a player, a journalist, whatever it may be, Saturday afternoon is known for being a football afternoon. And for you to kind of go, do you know what? I'm not missing being part of Saturday afternoon football. That's a big thing to admit to, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And as I say, I mean, I've played, and then we've managed other clubs as well before. I'd come to Boston, I'd done coaching roles and so on and so forth. So it's been, I think, since the age of about maybe 11, 12 years of age since I started playing football, Saturday afternoons, that was it. And that was what everything was about. But as I say, my father, as I say, was a huge, huge factor in it. And as I say, that was kind of our thing as well. Everybody has sort of things with the parents and some of the things that people can relate to. And that not being there, as I say, was very strange. Didn't feel the same. And I mean, as I say, I knew at Christmas time we had got a game against Skegness Town, kind of local rivals. I'm from Skegness, and games like that I should be kind of absolutely buzzing about. And before I've even gone into the dressing room, I've kind of really had to give myself a kick up the what's it to get myself going. I just didn't have that fight, that drive, that buzz, that everything about it just wasn't there. And if that's not there, it's a huge factor in terms of how we get our teams to play as well. And I feel that sort of thing, if that's not in me, it's very hard for me to kind of get that across to my players as well.
And as a whole, as a non-league manager, some people will go, well, you maybe train once a week and then you play on a Saturday afternoon and then you'll go in the bar afterwards and have a few beers. But it's an intense job, isn't it? No matter what level you're managing at non-league.
Yeah, it is, and it's extremely hard. It's harder now than what I've known it over the last few seasons because of especially the level that we're at and the league we're in. I mean, this league's been no secret. This is the strongest this UCL's ever been. And you only need to look at that with the clubs that are in the probably top 9. I think there's probably like 2 or 3 of us that are in it that was in the league previously. Everybody else is the clubs that have been kind of moved sideways. So that shows how much stronger this league has suddenly become. And it's a lot more competitive as well now. Everybody's fighting for similar sort of players. It's in and around you. Everybody's trying to get that extra bit of an edge. So you're doing different things in terms of training and watching other teams, which has been a big factor of this year. I mean, we've upset quite a lot of teams, and for the majority of it, we've been in and around the top 3 or 4 for the majority of the season, and which we've punched well above our weight the whole season. But we've done that because, as I say, we've done our own work on other teams. We've set our team out to be very hard to beat. We've adjusted things throughout the games. And again, a massive part of it is we motivate the players and we come out and the lads give us absolutely everything. And as I say, because we have to do that, because we can't compete with the teams that are in and around us in terms of the resources and money and everything that they've got available. So we have to look for something else. But obviously with all of that comes putting an awful lot of time and energy and effort into the club. And it's not just a couple of days a week. There's so much more that goes on behind the scenes as well.
Now, the applications closed yesterday. Are you excited to see who they go for?
Not really. Not really, if I'm honest. I believe in my own abilities and in terms of what I can do. And to be honest with you, if they gave the job to Jose Mourinho, I'd probably turn around and say, well, he won't do a good as job as what I did. No, I mean, I want the best for the club, and that's the reason that I feel like, as I say, that I am stepping down, because, as I say, it's a great club. And when I came here, not forgetting we were second from bottom and in complete free fall, and everybody thought we was going to get relegated. And we've worked tirelessly with the chairman off the park as well as on it to pull ourselves around and get ourselves to be a good club. And I feel now, as I say, this is a great opportunity for somebody to come into now. And let's say the club's well established now in the league. There's a great group of players that's here as well, some really good lads, and there's a great opportunity for somebody to come along and hopefully carry on the good work that we've done already.
And a chance of course, still with a few games left to get a top 5 finish, which would be a great result, starting if you can beat the team currently there in Heather St John's.
Yes, well, I mean, they're a very good team, and as I say, it's going to be a very tough ask. And as I say, it's a little bit disappointing because, I say, we kind of approached Christmas time and we were sat in third, and we was hoping for so much better. But we've had a shocking run, to be fair, since Christmas and since January time, and with player availability, players injured, not being good enough either. has been a big factor. We've let some supporters that have been down as well. I don't feel that we've played anywhere near to the standards of what we've done. But it shows kind of really what we did in the first part of the season, how good it was in terms of the bad run that we've been on. If we'd have been mid to bottom half of the table come Christmas, with the run we've had since Christmas, we'd be right down the bottom there. So to still have a chance to be fighting for fifth spot with 3 games to go is great. But we to do that, we need to step up really on where we've been over the last 2 months, because as I say, otherwise we just won't be enough. As I say, it's going to be a tough game Saturday. Holbeach is always going to be a tough local derby, no matter where they are in the league. They're going to kind of upset us a little bit, and obviously Sleaford, how well they've done over the last 6 or 7 months. My very last game, they'll be wanting to put one over on us. A few ex-players are going to be playing, and I'm sure they would like to see me leave on a downward note. So yeah, they're going to be 3 tough games we've got.
Certainly are. Gary, best of luck for the future. Appreciate you joining us here on the preview show on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. That's Gary Edgley, the outgoing Boston Town manager. We'll see who gets the job